a world where we hear sounds every day. We often use our voice, whether it be communicating with others or expressing our emotions and feelings. Because of this, silence is often associated to weakness or out of the norm. While it is true that being silent is not favorable to some, it does have its advantages. In the society we live in, we are so used to speaking our voices in the absence of noise. Verbal communication is the foundation of human interaction, but it is through silence that we can process and reflect on these interactions and the information that it gives us. Of course, being silent does have its downside, whether it be how you perceive other people or how other people perceive you. But the upside is too great to ignore, which brings us to our video for today. We are going to be talking about the top 5 secret advantages of being silent. Number 5. Being an effective listener. People nowadays always have a response for something. That is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. However, sometimes we are so into talking too much that we forget to truly listen to what other people have to say. Many of us engage in a conversation, waiting for our turn to speak. It is with this urge to speak that we are limiting ourselves. How? Well, imagine having a conversation with someone, and just waiting for your turn to speak turns away your attention from what the person is saying or has to say. It can seem ingenuine and insincere, and those are two things you never ever want to show someone you're talking to. If you forget about your turn to speak, and just remain silent and listen, it will bring a moment of clarity that wasn't present beforehand. Without thinking of your reason to speak and just listening to the person, you will be able to fully gather all the information from the person, due to you being able to concentrate better by keeping your mouth shut. And since you're being an effective listener, it gives you the ability to read people and their intentions better. You not only gain a new skill, but also learn something new, which is always a good thing. Number 4. To project a powerful image of yourself. By saying less, you give off a powerful and intimidating demeanor. It is said that he who says less is in control. As opposed to people who can't stop talking and keep bragging on about how great and awesome they are, they're doing the opposite. By being loud, they end up looking weak, feeble-minded, and just making a fool of him or herself. Silence can often be uncomfortable, which is what leads to most people not opting for silence. But showing your comfort in the uncomfortable is a damn good way of showing people just how powerful you are. And when the time comes where you do have to speak, your words will mean much more and hold more weight due to the fact that you were known for being silent. It will give you the unpredictability needed in order to assure people that while you were silent, you are definitely in a powerful position and is always in control of a given situation. Let's all hear it for the quiet ones. Number 3. Improves physical health and well-being. Silence not only rests our ears, but it actually improves our overall health and well-being. Silence can help by boosting the body's immune system. Amazingly, being silent can actually prevent you from getting a heart attack, as it lowers your body's blood pressure. A 2013 study discovered that around 2 hours of silence can create new cells in the hippocampus region, the area of the brain associated with learning, remembering, and emotions. It is with this study that we can say that silence can grow new cells, which in return benefits our brain chemistry. Silence is also good for preventing plaque formation in our arteries, as well as promoting good hormone regulation and interaction of bodily hormone-related systems. It can also aid in terms of stress by lowering blood cortisol levels and adrenaline. According to a study, 2 minutes of silence is more relaxing than listening to music. It relieves tension in the body and in the brain due to the changes in blood circulation in the brain as well as blood pressure. Next time you're feeling stressed, just be silent and you'll feel the difference. Number 2. Practicing self-control. There are times in confrontation that we have a tendency to explode. Whether you be arguing with your family members or partners or workmates, especially when it comes to disagreement with your boss, that we just end up voicing our frustration and say something we instantly regret. It's so easy to lose yourself when emotions are high, and saying stuff you wished you hadn't said can take an enormous toll on the mind. This is where silence can play a key factor. Next time you find yourself in a stressful situation, whether it be your partner calling you out for getting home late or your boss scolding you for getting to the office late, instead of giving them a piece of your mind, just take a few seconds to calm down and say nothing. Now, obviously, there are times when you have to say something, and silence may not be the best answer. But what we're talking about here is being silent to exercise self-control. Self-control, so instead of letting your ego get to you and throw a fit of emotions, you then keep it in check by not saying a word which you will be thanking yourself for later on. There are some things better left unsaid. Number 1. Let your actions do the talking. As the old cliche goes, actions speak louder than words. There is a message in our actions that words would never be able to give justice to. It is through our actions that speak the loudest and sends the most important message in the most direct manner. When you're talking to a friend or consoling a loved one, sometimes words aren't enough, and that's fine. Words shouldn't be enough. Actions are extremely powerful, and I guarantee you that a pat on the back, a fist bump, a smile, or even a hug can give the best message that talking could not accomplish. Speaking to someone is not needed all the time. Instead of letting your words be the driving point, zip your mouth and let your actions do so. The result will be much more genuine and fulfilling, and it just goes to show that saying nothing can sometimes mean everything. And that does it for our video on the top 5 secret advantages of being silent. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this informative video. If you found this video helpful, useful, and enjoyable, please feel free to hit that like button and leave a comment below on the other advantages of being silent. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be updated with our content. Thank you for watching Morrongo TV, and until next time!